Yes, my name is Kiarie Kamau. I'm the CEO of East African Educational Publishers, as well as the chairman of the Kenya Publishers Association. As the CEO of the East African Educational Publishers, I'm basically in charge of the company that has published all books by the late iconic author, Professor Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o. And today we are actually basically celebrating his life and works. Why celebrating? Because Ngũgĩ has bequeathed us a rich legacy. A legacy not just here in Kenya, not just in Africa, but globally. Ngũgĩ started writing way back in the early 1960s. He has published novels, plays, children's literature. He has published books in Gikuyu language. His books have been translated into Kiswahili, into other African languages, as well as into other world languages such as French, German, Spanish, Italian, mention them. So today, as we converge here, we are converging not just as his publishers, but actually as scholars that he worked with, students that he taught here in Kenya and other parts of the world, ordinary Kenyans, because again, Ngũgĩ is very well known for the Kameredo Community Theatre, basically taking theatre to the people. And because of taking theatre to the people, because of his powerful voice, because of his play, Gahi Kadenda, which was later translated into English as I Will Marry When I Want, and also into Kiswahili as Nitaolewa Nikipenda, Ngũgĩ was incarcerated. He was detained. He was put at the Kamete maximum security prison. He suffered, but he never allowed his voice to be incarcerated. So he emerged from Kamete maximum security prison with yet another powerful voice, the voice of a full-length novel in Gikuyu, Saitani Mudharavaine. Again, this was translated into English as Devil on the Cross, and into Kiswahili as Shetani Msalabani, and from that time it has been translated into many other languages. Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o put Kenya on the world map. Today, when you travel and you step into a new country and you ask the residents there, when they hear about Kenya, what comes into mind? They are likely to mention two things. One, the athletes who have always put Kenya on the world map. And two, Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o. So let us celebrate Ngũgĩ, let us celebrate his works, and let us ensure that his legacy lives on. Yes, indeed, Ngũgĩ belongs to that early group of African writers. Ngũgĩ wa Thiong'o from the Eastern African region, Chinua Achebe from the West African region, and Peter Abrahams from the South African region. Those voices, together with the voices of others such as David Rubadiri of Malawi, Cyprian Ekwensi of Nigeria, Taban, Loliong of South Sudan, and many others, made the world recognize that indeed there is serious literature that can come from Africa. Secondly, Ngũgĩ took African literature to the next level by writing in Gikuyu, by respecting an indigenous language. Basically saying, if Pushkin wrote in Russian, if major works are written in German, major works are written in Italian, why not also write in Gikuyu and let the world benefit, through translation, just like we have benefited through translation, and we read Russian literature, we read French literature, we read literature from all over the world. Third, Ngũgĩ's essays and much more, decolonizing the mind, have continued to excite, to challenge, and even to guide very many scholars of literature, scholars of history, scholars of political science, scholars of social sciences, and beyond in Africa and globally. I want to say that the growth, the cultivation, and the nurturing of a vibrant reading culture is work in progress. But I don't want to say that Kenyans do not read. I want to quote the words of Dr. Frank Jenga, the renowned psychiatrist, who said that when he visited the Nairobi International Book Fair he was surprised to see the nature of books, the whole range of books cutting across the literary journals, the people who are there, all of them wanting to buy and actually buying. The reading clubs that have continued to mushroom in the country is a demonstration that indeed Kenyans read. And he challenged those who say that Kenyans do not read that. If you think Kenyans do not read, you are alone. The rest of us are actually reading and getting broadened in terms of our perspectives and knowledge. But as I said, it is also a work in progress. We can do much, much better. We can reach, the level of Japan. We can reach the level of Singapore in terms of driving the knowledge economy. So we at East African Educational Publishers and the Kenya Publishers Association are always challenging everyone, write, read, grow the knowledge economy, because the knowledge economy is the one that will move this world.